Hi, my name is Lefred and this is MySQL Shorts. We saw in the previous video what was InnoDB history list length, and today we will see how we can monitor it. If you remember, I used show engine InnoDB status to get the output and to get the value of history list length. As you can see, it is in the transaction section of the show engine InnoDB status. We can get only that value using grep, so here I changed the pager of the shell using grep history, and I can see the value. The value, there is some load, so we can see it goes up and down. However, this is not very nice to use this show engine InnoDB status to be able to plot for a trending graph for the history list length, because this is much better to get a trending graph. So we can see here in InnoDB metrics, we have in the transaction subsystem two variables that are related to it. As you can see, here the count is 0, so we have transaction RZEC history len and current size. History len is what we need. By default, we can also see that they are disabled on my system. So how can we enable them to be able to use them and to graph them? So like every other InnoDB metrics, we can use the InnoDB monitor enabled, and here I use the TRX RSEG to get them, and you can see now they are enabled, and we can also see that the count is moving, it's increasing or going down, but now the variable is active and we can monitor it. So we can just get the count from the information schema InnoDB metrics table, and where the name is what we are looking for, TRX RSEG history len. So you can see we get the information here, and this is what we can use as a trending. Perfect. We can also monitor something else. If we check on the file system now, the undo logs, we can see here by default 2 files of 16 megabytes. And we can also use the information schema file to get that information. So we see here the value we have. So we have the 2 files that are active, and we can have also more information related to it. So now we have seen that the counter of the history list length is growing up. And what we can see is that the file now has less and less free space to these files. So what's going on here? So if we let it go and the history list length increase, as you can see, it keeps increasing. If we check the files, and this is something we should also monitor, what we will notice is that these files now are 32 megabytes. Remember, there were 16, now there are 32, because they've been increased to keep all the information that we need, all the undo segments. And on the file system, we can also see it's 32 megabytes. If we let it go, and if we have something like a very large transaction or something happening that create this history list length, so keeping the view like it was, what happened? This file will keep increasing. So 2 megabyte free. So if we check a bit later, now it's 48 megabytes. So they have again increased, right? So now we know how to monitor the size of the files. We can also know how to monitor the history list length, and you should keep an eye on that. To be sure, because it can cause performance issue. A value above 10,000 is the sign of an issue. When the purge can proceed again, the value will be much lower and free space will appear in the redo logs. Thank you for watching, and make sure to hit like and subscribe.